So this is the highest this is the highest priced Goodwill in my area, but it's really not in my area. I'm about like 45 minutes away from home, I'd say. So I'm gonna go in, check it out, see if they have anything today. If not, there's a Salvation Army close by. I'm gonna go there, and then that will be my last stop before I go see my niece and nephew at my mom and dad's house. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do from there because I have the entire day to thrift. So I might just keep going. We'll see. This is also one of the smallest thrift stores in the 1 hour bubble around my house. I think they got a new manager though, because the prices seem a lot cheaper, but Bliss is a really great brand that sells for me pretty quickly. I'm gonna ask 30 or best offer on the flat iron, and the same thing for the hot rollers. The prices are kind of all over the place for them, but it looks like $30 is the average selling price, and I want them to move. Okay guys, this rack is packed. And I already see a big time Bolo, which is this right here. Neutrogena Wave. This will sell for close to 100, if not 100. And I think I've told you guys before, like vintage jock straps sell. I'm gonna put this in my cart. I just sold this exact same thing. I don't remember for how much, but I'll throw it up on the screen. This is a youth size, so I don't know. But I'm going to put it in my cart, or we'll put it under this so people don't think I'm weird buying little kid jock straps. And then these are the bottles my sister uses, so I always pick these up for her. This one's 4, but it has a pacifier with it. So I'm going to grab that too. Never seen this before. Let me see if I have my other phone. I don't. I left it in the car. Okay, we're gonna look these up because you always look up soaps when you see like a scent or whatever, because a lot of times those scents get discontinued. So I'm gonna look that up. I know black suede is not anything worth anything. This is Amway soap to go. Eee. Looks kind of weird. Amway sells pretty well for me. I just sold some Amway cleaner. And I don't know if these are just like an Amazon brand, because there's like a ton of these. Yeah, that's Amazon right there. Which sometimes Amazon stuff sells, but more times than not, it doesn't. I did end up looking this face scrubber up, and this brand isn't really worth very much more than what the thrift store has this priced at. So I didn't pick this up. Plus it was used, and these are really hard to sell in used condition. I could not list that on eBay. I would have to list that on Mercari. Merle Norman is always a yes, but we'll double check last. That Neutrogena Wave was on my most recent Bolo list that I have for sale on Etsy and Patreon. And I find another Bolo right here, but I cannot share that one with you guys because people are paying $10 for these lists, and I just don't feel right sharing them on my videos when people are paying for these. So I cut that out of this video, but I found another $100 item. OMG, this is another Bolo. I do test this out in the store, and the light bulbs work. Everything works perfectly. So this comp is for $90 for a new item. I'm listing mine for $50 or best offer. Hey guys, we are putting the Caress soap back. My cart is all the way down there. I'm just gonna do one quick glance again. As soon as I turn the corner, I see this Ralph Lauren comforter right away. This is Ralph Lauren Brianna Paisley. This is a vintage comforter. They haven't made this pattern in probably close to 2 decades, I would say. I first started selling on eBay in 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. I was working for the company who made all of Ralph Lauren's bedding, and that's how I got my start on eBay, was selling Ralph Lauren bedding. No sheets. I'm not really even gonna check this over too much because it feels pretty much brand new. It's only 16. This was such a letdown. I've had this wax in my Bolo list on my phone for forever, and I thought I had finally found some, but unfortunately, that was about 80% gone. I know so many people who sell vacuum bags and they just don't move for me, so I don't pick them up anymore. But mop refills, on the other hand, I sell these all the time, especially this one because this is a larger mop refill and it's a pro model. I'll sell that refill for somewhere between $20 and $25. It was the half off color, so I paid less than $1 for that. Do you ever glance around at the thrift store and really realize how much stuff is in these stores? And I only have 2 items in my cart. I always wonder what I'm leaving behind because I know there has to be way more than 2 items in the store for me to resell. Although I do not sell clothing and I'm getting out of the shoe game, I'm actually having a Whatnot auction next Thursday at 8 p.m. And I'm selling all of my clothing, shoes, and accessories. I will link that in the description of this video. I was kind of shocked to learn that this little handheld game is from 1977. I can sell this for somewhere between $20 and $30. Prices were kind of all over the place. I sold educational flashcards in the past, so I did look both of these up, and neither one of them were selling for very much, nor did they have a very high sell-through rate. I picked up about 7 sets of hot rollers at an estate sale last week, and then I picked up the set earlier today, and I ended up picking these up as well. My daughter cleans, tests, and drafts all of my hot rollers for me, and she told me I was not allowed to buy anymore, but I just can't help it. They're an easy $20 flip usually. It's really rare if I sell them for any more. Now these ones I did pass on. They had a really low sell-through rate, and there weren't any of the little clips or pins included. Most of the roller sets that I sell usually are priced between $20 and $30. There are a couple rare ones, and I actually find one of them a little bit later in this video. Usually Halloween and Christmas are the only holiday stuff that I really like to pick up. I don't do very well with Easter stuff or Thanksgiving. But this little house down here kind of caught my eye. It looks like it's a really nice quality. When I picked it up, it was heavy. It has a ton of little details, and this was the discounted color. There's a few of these listed for around $40, so I go ahead and pick it up. There's no solds, but I'm hoping that's just because Easter was not within the last 90 days. Space Maker is usually always a definite pickup for me, especially when it's priced this cheap. So I only pay $3.99 for this, and I'm thinking mine should sell for somewhere around $60 to $70. I saw one of these at a garage sale last weekend, and they wanted almost $20 for it, and I passed because I know that My thrift stores usually have these priced between $4 and $6. That's why if garage sales are kind of a bust, I don't mind running to the thrift store, just because, again, my thrift store prices are very similar to garage sale prices, especially on hard goods. And hard goods are basically anything other than clothing and shoes. I knew this Mickey's clock shop had to be something. It's Disney, it's Mickey Mouse, it's Mr. Christmas, it's a holiday item, it's animated, it plays songs, and it's from the 90s. It had too many things going for it not to be worth something. So unfortunately, it does not work, but I know I can probably sell this for parts. So right now I'm looking for the little pendulums that come with it to see if they are included, because I know if it has those, I can probably sell those individually. I didn't look this up in the store. I waited until I got home, just because, again, I knew with everything it had going for it that it would sell. Now these little pieces I'll list for $20 a piece, plus I'll list everything else for probably $30 or best offer. I noticed this Breitling hat as soon as I start moving these hats around, so I know this is a good brand. And it says not for resale, so it must have been part of an event, or when somebody bought a watch, they received a hat. So I picked this up. I paid $3.99 for it. Okay, so I'm gonna say they work, it's just they're kind of shoved in there. So I'm definitely gonna pick this up. Green is 50% off. I don't know, that looks like a yard sale sticker, so I'll have to look for their price. Okay, so I found the price on this, it's $5, so I'm definitely gonna pick that up. And then I found this vintage pen refill. I think it's $1.50. So definitely picking these two up, and then I'm gonna go to the other side of this store. Oh, that looks like Ralph Lauren. Hold on. No, it's not. I've never heard of this perfume. I'm gonna look this up really quick. $3. I think they marked this down. Wasn't it more last time? I'll have to look. But I swear it was like 600 or 500. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so I have to show you guys the cameras that I picked up. So I got this Olympus camera. They had it priced at $5, but white was 25% off. So I can sell this for probably between $80 and $100 just from looking at comps. Now they do test everything, and then this even has a little remote control, which I just noticed. So they do test everything here, so both of the cameras that I picked up do work. And then I also picked up this Nikon L2. This is one of the cool picks. So this one probably only sells for about $35, which is still pretty good because, again, I paid $7.50 for this one. And then I paid a little less than $4 for this one. So definitely a really good pickup on the cameras. These rollers are always a super fast flip, and this is the first time I found them, and they are complete. It has the little booklet, it has all of the little pins, so I knew this one would sell really, really fast and for some good money. After I spotted those rollers, I went and looked at all the beauty products, but I didn't find anything, so now I'm coming back down this way, and I spot this LED anti-aging mask, and these are really popular on TikTok right now. I looked this one up, and it's selling in used condition for between $40 and $50, so I do pick this up. When I get home, I test it because it's taped shut basically, so I couldn't test it in the store, but my Goodwills do allow returns, so I knew if I bought this and it didn't work, I could return it. but thankfully it worked and I have it listed for $50 or best offer. And I swear, whenever I try to get away from selling large items, I find large items to sell. So this is a Jemmy talking, singing, and animated snowman, and he's also a karaoke machine. He sells for over $100 or around $100 close to Christmas. Even in this condition with these spots, he'll still sell for quite a bit. And again, I did not test this in the store. I figured I could part it out if it didn't work, but it does work and it's fully functional, and my dog absolutely hates it. So this box is kind of rough and it looks like it's been stored in somebody's garage, and it's giving me mouse poop vibes. So I want to pull this out as much as I can just to make sure that nothing has nested in the bottom of this and that the box is just kind of beat up and it's not as bad as I think it is, which it isn't. So I go ahead and pick this up. I pay $14.99 for it, and I'm probably gonna wait until closer to Christmas to list this, or maybe I should list it right now. There's only 2 listed and they're both local pickup, and I would ship this. I did throw that box in the recycling already though. And we all know Christmas sells year round. This would probably sell for about $150 plus shipping. So that's where I'm going to end this one. That was actually 2 days of thrifting kind of meshed into one video. Hot rollers can be hit or miss, so if you find any, definitely look them up first before you just purchase them. Hair tools in general, there are a lot that sell for really good money, but then there's even more that don't sell at all. So definitely look things up before you're purchasing. Check out the sell-through rate. Make sure they're worth it. It's probably going to be 100 degrees today. I stayed home all day yesterday because of how hot and humid it was, but I had seen that there are about 3 estate sales kind of sort of in my area, so that's my plan for today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. This is basically all the content I will be putting out on my YouTube channel. It will all be thrifting trips, garage sales, estate sales, that type of thing. And I like to think that I pick up some items that maybe not too many other people pick up. I will give you guys a little sneak peek into what I picked up today, and it's all discontinued products. Everything that I bought, I spent $7.50 at this estate sale. And this is everything. So this will probably be in a video next week or the week after. Hopefully the next 2 sales I go to, I will get enough content to put it all into one video for you guys. But thank you guys so much for subscribing. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on my next video in a couple of days.